Hi, welcome back to Reading with Money. I'm Money, and today I'm doing my July TBR. I cannot believe it's already almost July. I am procrastinating doing everything else I'm supposed to do, but I really wanted to film this now so I can edit it throughout the next couple of days because it's gonna be an intense week for me. I have all the midterms to correct and then the reports, so yay for me. Anyway, if you're new here, I picked my TBR by playing my TBR game, which is based on the TV show Friends. It's quite simple to pick up the rules, but basically each square is a genre or a card, and it's all based on Friends. And I just dropped my cards on the floor. Hold on. I'm not going to tell you how I did last month because last month I was participating in a readathon called the Ancient Wonders Readathon or Wonderthon, and I had 8 books on my TBR tentatively, and I was like, yeah, I might get to all of these. I read 20 books in, I want to say, 16 days. So yes, I think it's safe to say that I completed my TBR, although I didn't read everything that was on my TBR, but you know, whatever. You will hear more about that on my wrap-up, or you can go watch my vlogs. I'll link them up above. I can never remember which side it is. Anyway, let's start with the game then. Rule number 1. Okay, shuffling the cards. I'm pretty sure I'm missing some. I don't know where I put them, but it will have to do. And counter. I hope that my cat will not... Oh, she left. That's great. This is where I left off last time. Let's start. Roll number 1. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a card. 18 pages. Book under 400 pages. That's great. That is pretty good. Okay, so roll number 1 is 18 pages. It's a book under 400 pages. For that, I chose Saint Sebastian's Abyss by Mark Haber, I want to say. I'll put the picture up here. I love this cover, and I have been obsessed with wanting to read this book since someone, I can't remember who first mentioned it, I think maybe it was Madeline. Someone mentioned it in our Roads chat during the readathon, and yes, it seems like the exact type of book that I would love. It's also very short. It's like 150 pages, I think. I'm very excited to read it. Apparently, it's about these 2 guys who spend their lives discussing and like trying to one-up each other about this painting that they're both obsessed with. I don't know. I'm down for it. I want to read it. So that is pick number 1. Let's continue. Okay, roll number 2. That's off frame, but it's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I had to look for it. And that's... Do you want to put the book in the freezer? Okay, rule number 2. The fridge is, of course, a horror, thriller, mystery, that kind of thing. Now, I have a couple of options. I have an arc called Puzzle for 2. It's by Josh Lanyon or something. I'll put the picture up here. This is a mystery with gay romance. I think it's about this detective, but he needs to ask his rivals help, something like that, and apparently they form some sort of connection. I don't know. Don't remember exactly what the mystery is about. That's the arc that I have, but I think it has already been published, so kind of late on that. But then I also still have A History of Wild Places by Shay Earnshaw. I really want to read this. I can never remember what it is about. So we have this guy who looks for missing people, and he's looking for this author of children's books, and he is led to this reclusive community. I just watched a season about some sort of reclusive community kind of cult thing, so that should be interesting. And then he disappears as well. So I don't know. I am looking forward to reading this. I bought this months ago and I really want to read it, so yes. I'm looking at it now. It seems to be told from like a multiple POV kind of thing. I'm very interested, so I might just have to pick this up, or I might read both. Who knows? Last month I read 20 books, so yes. And I'm reading a very long book, which I'm hoping to finish soon before the month is over. Anyway,
let's move on to roll number 3.
All right, roll number 3. 2, 1, 2. An eagle flew in, landed on the stove.
Okay, so the Eagle fantasy, one of my favorite genres. So I chose The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. I don't know. I keep butchering these names. I apologize. I don't remember what this book's about either, but I know it's fantasy and I've been excited to read it for months. So it's going on the TBR. It's about this author who comes up with some sort of competition with this new book or something. I don't know. I apologize. I cannot tell you what this book is about. Let's move on to roll number 4.
Okay, roll number 4. This is going along pretty quickly. 2, 1, 2. That's another card. Front and back. That's over 400 pages. All right.
Okay, and amazingly, I got the second part of the first card that I got, which is front and back. It says over 400 pages. So I have a couple of options for this as well. Last month I said I was going to start reading, hold on, where is it? To Sleep in a Sea of Stars. I did not, because for the readathon I read a bunch of short books. I still want to start this, so I might start this. This is well over 400 pages. It surprised me the other day because it's like 900, less than 900 pages, but it seems like it's 1200 at least. So I don't know. Ooh, there's a picture there. Every time I flip through this book, I find something else that is interesting. So I'm really excited to read this. I might just have to start it and then see how it goes. I probably won't finish it in a month anyway. And then I also still have, no one will be surprised about this, but I still haven't started Christodora again. I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, I do know what's wrong with me. I spend like 20 days throughout the readathon just reading short books. I am finishing the other book that my best friend asked me to read, and she asked me to finish that first because she's very excited about that one. So I don't feel that bad, but I really want to just read it already. So yes, it's going back on the TBR. You'll probably see this a couple more months. I don't know. We'll see. Roll number 5.
Roll number 5. 2 again. 1, 2. This book is light years ahead of its time.
Okay, roll number 5, sci-fi. One of my other favorite genres. I have a couple of options for this as well because I can't choose. So yes, I'm gonna tell you about them. The first one is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This is the start of the Wayfarer series. Is that what it's called? I think so. I just read this month for the readathon, To Be Taught If Fortunate, and I loved Some for the Wild Build. I still haven't read A Prayer for the Crown Shy because I'm waiting for like that moment to read it like in peace, because I know it's gonna make me cry and I'm gonna love it, and I need to read it in like a moment where I'm emotionally prepared for it. So yes, but I do love Becky Chambers' style. I can't say that, but you know what I mean. I love her style, I love her books, the vibes, everything. And yes, I want to start this series. It's like 4 books, but I just want to start, and I'm pretty sure that other people in our Roads team chat were also interested in reading it, so there might be a buddy read thing going on. I'm gonna have to check back on that and see who else was interested. But yes, I definitely want to start that series. And I also want to continue another series that I started during the readathon, and that was the Murderbot Diaries series by Martha Wells. I read the first 4 novellas and the short story, and now the 5th book, I think it's called Network Effect. That one is a full-length novel, so I am excited to see if like the story starts getting a bit more, I don't know, deep in some way. I don't know. We follow a bunch of different interesting characters, but especially Murderbot itself, who I love. So yes, I cannot really tell you what this book is going to be about. In fact, I haven't even read what it's going to be about. But the Murderbot series is about this robot who hacks into its own command module center, whatever, so it doesn't have to follow orders anymore. But instead of following its nature of like, you know, a security robot who you would think would start murdering everyone, it doesn't. It just wants to consume media. So yes, love it. love the whole concept. I also read them in a couple of days, so yes, I'm excited to see what happens when I take my time with them. I'm not entirely sure what the Wayfarer series is about, but I'm pretty sure it's about space exploration, and that's all I really need to know. So yes, one or both will get read for sci-fi for this prompt. Who knows how July will go. I also have holidays in July. I don't think I've mentioned this, so that would be even more time for me to read. But I said that last year, and last year I only read like 6 books or 5.5. So who knows? We'll see. Let's go to roll number 6.
Okay, unless we land on another fantasy, which I think are the only options, this will be the last roll. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, a lonely grey couch.
So roll number 6. There's a helicopter. So the last roll, the couch, the lonely grey couch, which is probably my favorite Friends quote, if I think about it, I don't know, is contemporary literary fiction, that kind of thing. And for that, I am choosing I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman. It's translated though, because I think the original is in French, but I don't know which edition I'm going to get and if there's different translators. So whenever I read it, I'll give you the correct information. I'm choosing this because an amazing thing that happened throughout the readathon that Lizzie created is that we all really enjoyed our team. And so someone came up with the idea of having like a Rhodes book club kind of thing. So yes, we have voted on this book to read for the next couple of months and discuss it as we go along. And I'm very excited. I had never even heard of this book, and I'm very much looking forward to discussing this with everyone. I think this is kind of like dystopian. There's this group of women who have been kept underground somewhere. I don't know if the world has ended or not, and if they ever come out of there. I haven't even really read the description much, because again, I kind of want to go into it kind of blind. It's also quite short as well, so should balance out the other big books I have on the TBR. So just to recap, these are the physical books that I might read or at least start this month, but I also have Saint Sebastian's Abyss, which is quite short, I Who Have Never Known Men, who is also it's also quite short. Then I have Puzzle for Two, The Wishing Game, Network Effect, and Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. So once again, pretty big TBR, but based on what happened last month, I am quite confident that I can at least read most of these next month, especially because I have holidays. So yay. That is it from me. Let me know if you're reading any of these books, or if you have read them, what you thought of them, and which ones I should prioritize for the ones I have choices, because I cannot choose. That's the mood reader's problem, I guess. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and subscribe to see how this goes, and also to see my May-June wrap-up, which I will have to film soon, and I am scared about it. There's so many books. So many books. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Happy reading!